Okay. Now, is there there's a lot of pathways open to an inventor to try to commercialize an idea. What would you like to speak about some of the options that they have?
Sure, sure. So you know, your inventing process it commences the same way. You know, you get an idea. You know, I think it's critically important to build a prototype, a functioning prototype. Whether you do that yourself in the garage or the basement, or you have the ability to do it. Some people do, or you have to work with others. There's a lot of great local inventor clubs around the country that have a lot of prototypers and people. But it's got to function, and that's one of the shortcuts that some of these people preach, is just throw ideas against the wall. Your odds of success are even far reduced by that. And then I can tell you on the other side of accepting submissions, that's the case. So building a prototype is an essential first step. And then as you build your prototype, you start to see the roadmap to what's important from patent and particularly utility patents for me in my arena. But obviously this is your arena, you know far more than I do, but I know a fair amount about it, and filing provisional patents and having your utility functions go hand in hand with some sort of level of protection. Now we can debate the value of patents and how hard they are to enforce it. That could be another show for another day, but I can tell you that when you submit products to the companies that I work with, the Lifetime Brands, the Tectonics and Issues, we want to know about your patent portfolio. What have you done? How far are you? We don't necessarily need an issued patent, but we need to know that you've done it the right way, at least file provisionally, have the willingness to convert that to a non-provisional, that the product functions and works. So that's all the same. Now, that's where the road splits after that. And I do go into this, you know, pretty substantially in the book. You have your choice of, do I want to go to market myself, like we did with Misto, made them here in Connecticut, set up our own sales force, manufacture the goods ourselves, ship them in if it's overseas, you know, land bridge them across the country, fulfillment centers, sell them through retailers, blah, 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 collections, money, cash flow. So I have a chapter in my book called The 30 Steps of Going to Market Directly, where I detail all this, and you can see what's involved. And if you want to go that route, be prepared. Now, I know that there are some people that have made lots of money, like Lord Dyson, you know, in England. He made a vacuum cleaner and now he's a lord and he's a billionaire, but Lord Dyson's 1 in a million, okay? And the odds of going to market on your own are difficult, and you got to be very careful. The other alternative, stark alternative, is to license through others. So those are bigger entities, companies, preferably larger companies that have brands, shelf space. They already have outreach, consumer outreach. And if they like your product and are a progressive company, can license it. The question is, what do they license? Well, they don't license ideas, okay? Nobody cares about ideas, okay? You can slap them against the wall, but if you find a company that wants an idea, they're not paying you much for it. And at the end of the day, it only opens them up to, if it's successful, to have other people come in and steal market share for them. So companies typically want utility patents that they know. Larger companies can defend them more easily between that, brand name, shelf space, and clout, marketplace clout. It becomes important. It's almost like a barrier to entry in some ways, that if you haven't filed a patent, you're on one side of the issue. If you filed something, even if it's provisional, you're taken far more seriously. So that, in conjunction with prototypes, by the way, using a prototype can film a video. My byline in the book, which I tried to copyright, is a picture tells 1,000 words, a video tells 1,000 pictures. And these things in conjunction will help you to present to a company. You need to do your research on the company to make sure they have a reputation in the marketplace for being fair. Many of them will want to sign non-disclosures, or you may want to sign one. You're probably going to sign their non-disclosure. That's a big insight into whether or not the company is fair-minded. You can read a lot of the, have your attorney take a look at it if you're concerned, and start the dialogue and process of potentially licensing. The odds, again, are long, but if you can get licensed with the right company, and you can make a lot of money on a per unit royalty if lots of units are sold. If you only sell a few thousand, you're not going to make much money. But if you sell hundreds of thousands or millions of units, you can be quite profitable for you.